Look at this. Rolex. Back cover. Cartier. Patek. What happens when you don't spend money on advertising, on magazine ads? Then you get this. The sponsor of this video is a Daily Watch. It's a place to buy watches, watch accessories, and this is something that they sent me, which I absolutely love. This is a robot watch stand. As somebody that loved comic books growing up, these are an awesome gift. Use the discount code in the description to save yourself some money. Watchmaking is really changing, and if we step away from the history side of things, from the mainstream brands, we are looking at a lot of cool stuff, especially outside of Switzerland, for not a lot of money. Now, $7,600 is a lot of money. I understand that. There's no question that this is an expensive watch, but we have to compare this with the competition. What else can you get for $7,000 to $10,000 that excites us? That is sort of the entry level luxury space. So you don't really get a lot of the exciting stuff. It's kind of the gateway into luxury brands. The exciting stuff happens way higher, but this brand has shown us that you can have fun, you can have exciting at not a lot of money. Now, what's cool about this watch is in its name itself, which refers to the weight of this watch, which is just 20 grams, 34 grams including the strap. The case is made out of grade 5 titanium. You have brushed finishing throughout the case, but polished edges on the silhouette of the case on the top, which looks incredible. Measuring 38 millimeters by 42.6 millimeters from lug to lug. The thickness comes at just 6 millimeters and the lug width is at 23. You get 30 meters of water resistance and a curved sapphire crystal on top. I mean, everything is curved, right? Like the movement inside the BM02 manual wind caliber is curved as well. The whole thing is just moving alongside that curved base. It beats at 4 Hz and offers 38 hours of power reserve. This is proper innovation, proper watchmaking at a very reasonable price. But what's truly impressive here is that Behrens managed to create an proper in-house movement in a watch costing less than $10,000 while making it one of the lightest watches in the world. Now, are in-house movements necessarily better than off-the-shelf movements? No. Why do brands do in-house movements? It's mainly for 2 reasons. First reason is a brand wants to create something that doesn't exist in the market. And that's the case here. The second reason why a brand would do an in-house movement is in order not to rely too much on the monopoly of third-party movement makers. Those supply chains can just change the rules of the game anytime, and your entire business is almost dependent on them. You need skilled watchmakers, not watch designers, watchmakers to develop and test and run those movements. Apparently Behrens has that. What Behrens lacks as a brand is marketing. There is a bit of marketing, but it's quite minimal. Now again, coming back to the price, where does Behrens sit? Is this a luxury watch brand? It's a very unique space where I feel Behrens has positioned itself in. Corporate brands like Omega, like the Swatch Group, they have unlimited budget. They can take risks, but they're very slow when it comes to innovation. And that is mainly because they don't want to do too much too fast, because that will just get the whole industry in a spiral like what we see in the tech industry. Things get obsolete very quickly. Independents have kind of broken that rule. But because of the scale of economy, a lot of them based in Switzerland, those watches tend to be really expensive. Most of them position themselves as ultra luxury, or at least in that luxury sphere. And then you have microbrands. Microbrands are, it's all about design. It's all about interpreting your design in your own way, but most of the parts are not made by you. That's the only way that they can maintain the prices at that affordable level. What's interesting about brands like Behrens is that they fall in a different territory that we have ever seen before, and I feel like we're gonna start to see more of this. They are independent in the way that they operate as a brand, and the innovation, the R&D, the skills that they have, but then their costs are relatively affordable. Now, who is this watch for? Who's going to buy this? People that keep the industry alive. They buy this stuff. They've done the Tudors, they've done the Omegas. This is one of those pieces, because they are so limited in production, that creates desirability. I think Behrens is being a bit smart. They're not overproducing. They're kind of developing the number that they know will sell. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Are you bored of seeing the same Tudors and Rolex and Omegas everywhere in every video? Do you want to see more of this? Do you want to see more brands trying these kind of things out? I'm just curious to know, what are your thoughts about this whole thing?